This story is not for the faint of heart. It's about a group of friends who dared to enter the heart of a forgotten forest, where a centuries-old creature, a monstrous troll, guards its territory with a hunger for human flesh. They thought it was a camping trip, but what they stepped into was a trap, a very real, very deadly nightmare. It was late October. 5 friends, Jake, Mia, Ryan, Lena, and Chris, planned a weekend trip to a remote forest in Oregon. Known as Dead Pine Hollow, the area had long been closed to the public, but they found a way in through an old hunter's path. They were thrill seekers, urban explorers, looking for one last adrenaline high before college life split them apart. This place is perfect. No signal, no people, just us and nature. Why do I feel like we're being watched already? Ryan, it's just the silence. Big city paranoia. They reached a clearing near an abandoned wooden shack, set up camp, lit a fire, told jokes, laughed into the night. They didn't see the massive shadow watching them from the trees. They didn't hear the low guttural growl that echoed through the branches. The first sign. Mia woke up first, around 3:13 a.m. She heard a dragging sound, like something heavy being pulled across gravel. She stepped out of the tent, saw nothing. But something was missing. Chris's tent, gone. Only torn fabric remained, and blood. A thick, fresh trail of it leading into the forest. The others woke to her scream. "What the hell happened? Where's Chris?" I think something took him. They followed the trail, flashlights cutting through fog. The blood led to a cave, an unnatural, twisted hole in the side of a stone hill. The air stank of decay. Ryan stepped inside and heard the bones crunching. Scene 3. A troll appears. A roar shook the forest. A massive figure lunged out from the darkness. 12 feet tall, hunched, covered in matted hair and moss. Its arms were thick as tree trunks, eyes glowing red. The troll. Ryan was closest. It grabbed him by the leg, dragged him screaming into the trees before anyone could move. "Lena, run! Run now!" They sprinted back to camp, but the tents were already shredded. Their supplies gone. The fire stomped out. Jake grabbed a hunting knife from his backpack. They had no weapons, no signal, no car. They'd hiked 7 miles from the nearest road. Trapped, hunted. The hunt begins. The friends ran blindly through the woods, but the troll was always close. Loud footsteps shook the ground. Trees cracked. Branches fell. "Jake, we need high ground. There's a ranger's tower on the map. If we reach it..." They found the tower. Climbing the rusted ladder felt like salvation. But the tower was old, collapsing. They barely made it to the top. From above, they saw the forest move, trees parting unnaturally. Then the troll came into view again, holding Ryan's head. "Oh my God, he's dead! It killed him!" The creature sniffed the air, then vanished into the dark. Secrets in the forest. Lena remembered something. Her grandfather had told her stories about Dead Pine Hollow. He said this forest was cursed, that a beast lived here, hunting trespassers. In an old book she carried, she found a sketch, the exact troll they'd seen. The only way to kill it? Fire through the heart. But first, they needed to survive till morning. Trolls hate daylight. Jake made a plan. They'd move before sunrise to an old lumber mill nearby. It was marked on the map. Maybe it had tools, maybe shelter. But they didn't realize the troll was smarter than they thought. It's scene 6. If 56, the mill trap. They reached the mill, broken, rusted, abandoned for 50 years. Inside, it reeked of death. Bones littered the floor, old blood on the walls. It was one of the troll's feeding grounds. Too late. The door slammed shut behind them, a massive log rigged to fall. The creature had lured them in. It roared through the slats in the walls, shaking the structure. Mia panicked, ran for the back, a side door. She screamed when she opened it. The troll was waiting. It swiped and missed her by inches. Jake tackled it with a steel pipe, buying time. They ran again, but Lena was gone, taken. Turning the tables, Mia collapsed. We can't win. It's going to kill us all. But Jake refused to give up. He found a working chainsaw in the shed behind the mill. They set traps, tripwires, glass, fire starter, rigged barrels of fuel from old machinery. We make it bleed, then we burn it, we fight. They waited in silence. Then came the footsteps. Boom, boom, boom. The troll walked into the trap. Fire ignited. The chainsaw roared. The air exploded with screams. The monster was wounded, a deep gash across its chest, but not dead. Scene 8. A return of Lena. As they fled, they saw Lena again, barely alive, crawling from a root-covered pit behind the trees. She'd escaped, but she wasn't alone. Chris's body was there too, dismembered, bones clean. Lena whispered, "There's more than one." What? Suddenly another creature emerged, smaller, faster. A troll spawn, a child of the original. It snarled, pounced. Mia smashed its head with a branch. They killed it, barely, but now they knew. They were in a nest. 9. Final stand. They reached a cave where the troll had been hiding the others. Dozens of skulls, human remains, the troll's lair. Jake found old dynamite from the mine days. A plan formed. They'd collapse the cave, burying the troll forever. They lured the wounded monster in using Mia as bait. She screamed from the cave entrance while Jake set the charges. The troll chased her inside. Jake lit the fuse. It exploded, a deafening roar. The cave collapsed. Dust clouded everything. Silence. Nana, not over yet. Morning came. Lena, Mia, and Jake, the last three, limped out of the forest. An old ranger found them. "Ranger, you kids were lucky. No one goes into Dead Pine Hollow. That place is cursed." They nodded, broken and bloodied. But then the ranger looked up the hill, eyes wide. "What the hell is that?" They turned and saw a massive limping troll emerge from the trees. Still alive. Jake pulled out a flare gun, the last weapon he had. "Let's finish this." He fired right into the beast's eye. It fell burning, crying out with a sound that shook the heavens. This time, it didn't get up. They thought it was just a story, a myth, a tale to scare kids. But in the dark forests of Oregon, some legends are real, and some nightmares never die.